it should take too long. Sleigh bells playing that familiar song. Oh, I can't wait for Christmas Eve, when underneath my Christmas tree there'll be presents wrapped in ribbons from me. So many gifts my eyes can barely see. Hanging up my mistletoe, it's a wonderland when it starts to snow. Oh, Merry Christmas, I hear Santa call. I said, oh, Merry Christmas, one and all. Children playing with their brand new toys, all the happy little girls and boys. So much joy for all to see.
Hello mate, how you doing? Yeah, not too bad time mate. Never guess what I'm doing? I'm wrapping your Christmas present up, aren't I? Yeah, I know I'll spoil you. I know I'll spoil you mate. Are we still alright for tomorrow? What do you mean no? What? Well, what are you doing? Stuck up north? It's the practice Christmas special. No mate, you're taking the mick. You're a joker. No, you're not. You're joking. No. What, you can't do it all? So we've got it all organised. Christmas special of the practice and you can't do it. Because you're stuck up north. Where up north? You're stuck in Preston. You're having a laugh. No, come on mate, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. It's Christmas special. Think of the children. No, you're having a laugh mate. Honestly. What, you're not coming? No, honestly. Right, I've had enough of you. That's it. I'm sick of it. Sick to death of this. Christmas present. You can shove Christmas. You know, you can shove Christmas right up your... Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. How you doing? How's my favourite Matrix angler? Ah, good. Just wondering if you fancied spending Christmas with me this year? Well, that's only family, I'm more important. Can treat you right. Special day down Westwood Lakes, log cabin, hot tub. How'd you like the sound of that? Yeah, I'll make it worth your while. Well, no, not like that. Yep, brilliant. I'll take you through the details and I'll see you then. Can't wait, mate. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll see you later. No, I can't say that, no. You say it first then. Okay. Love you too. Okay, bye. Where are you, coming out or what?
I'm not coming out. It's not in the contract. I'm not coming out. I'm not doing it.
You've got to do it. It's for Christmas.
I'm not doing it.
It's a Christmas special. It's got to be Christmassy.
Look, it's not in the contract.
It's right. Just come out. It's a Christmas special. It's got to be Christmassy, and you definitely do look Christmassy. I know that.
It's not in the contract. I said before. Oh, God.
Come on.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You've got to do it. Just say the line. Just say the line, and we're done.
Hello, I'm Mark Pollard, and this is the practice. Now, can I take this off now?
Oh, come on then, let's go do some fishing.
Angels sing, glory on high, peace be with you, friends, on this beautiful night. Wise men bring precious gifts for the Prince of Peace as he sleeps on the hay.
welcome to the practice. This is a new format. We're at Westwood Lakes near Boston. We're fishing Kestrel Lake. It's a lake I've never fished a match on before. I'll be practicing today, work out a few methods and book on for the match tomorrow. We're going to be doing a series up and down the country, different venues. Some that I might have fished before, but mainly ones I haven't. And why it's called the practice, to work out on the practice methods I'd fish in the match the next day. So let's get my gear out and try and work out a few methods for the match tomorrow. I'm all set up. I've set up
No,
3 rigs.
One
What?
minute, not quite set up.
Oh, he won't let it lie, will he?
It's Christmas special, we need it.
That's one tree I won't get caught in anyway. Lovely, Craig. Anyway, I've all set up. I've set 3 rigs up. As you can see, it's starting to thaw, but it was froze all across. I broke a small hole. I'm going to fish at about 5 joints of pole, probably at about 5-6 metres. We're hoping, I know there's eyed in here. One of the locals told me there's some big F1s in here. Well, they normally feed when it's cold, and hopefully the eyed will. So the main approach is maybe I'll have a short line there for some silverfish. I'm going to start though by dobbing bread around the island. I've set up 1 rig for that. It's quite simple. It's 0.4 gram, 0.16 hook length to 14 hook, just with a bulk set 6-inch off bottom. And also for open water, if I get the chance, if this ice does clear, to chuck a bomb out to maybe have a look on popped up bread. That's an 0.16 diameter hook length to a 14 hook. And I'll fish 2 discs of bread punched out, popped up off the bottom 12 inches. And the rig fishing for the silverfish will be set at dead depth. That's 0.12 hook length to a 16 hook. And I might scale down then maybe to an 18. And I'm going to put some maggots and casters, drip a couple of maggots over it, and then the option to fish a maggot and pinky on the hook as well. And just go from there, really, just get a feel what's about. But with this ice, and it rained last night, it can be very, very hard, even to catch just a couple of fish. The last couple of matches, well, yesterday for instance, it was one with £2. I think there's 2 of them tied, 1 fish each. So it's going to be hard, so I'll have a go, have a little workout and just see if I can put a few things together and get a plan for tomorrow.
Well, I've got a little bit of an incentive for you.
Yeah.
If you, for every fish that you catch, I'll give you a mince pie.
You're on.
Yeah. So
I could be hungry by tomorrow.
could be. You could have no tea, or you could be, you could
Right.
be looking like Santa.
Right, let's start. Let's dob a bit of bread. Let's have a go on a bit of bread first. I'm going to start on, well, the new Matrix bread punch is 8mm. They come 4 sizes, 4, 6 and 8, and I always use the 8 and the 10mm for my dobbing bread. But I'm going to start on the 8, and I've got 2 thick slices of bread. There's a little slit on the side of their punches, and I just put the hook in the slit and pull it right into the middle of the punch and pull it off. There it is. And that gradually absorbs water and swells up, which the carp find irresistible, suspended 4 to 6 inches off bottom. So let's give that a little go and see if there's anything about out there. I'll just load it in, and then probably every 30-40 seconds I might just lift it up like you do when you pellet fishing for F1s. Just lower it back in, just trying to move it if the carp are there to see it, make them take it, antagonise them to taking it. The main thing is you've got to find where they are, because they shoal up this weather when it goes cold. You just got to find where they are. If you find where they are, happy days, because you'll just keep dropping in and catching them. It's amazing how they'll take a disc of bread and yet you put a maggot corn pellet on and you won't get a bite. It's incredible. Well, I didn't find out if there was many roach in here or skimmers in here, but I know there's a lot of hide in here. In fact, a match last week, a lad had one 5.5 pound. That is a massive hide. It's the biggest hide I've heard of. But I know all these lakes at Westwood are full of fish. I mean, Alan, the owner, just keeps putting fish in. It's incredible the weights they do get out of in matches, so I'm confident hopefully we'll catch. But it's been exceptionally cold, and like I say, the match yesterday, £2, 2 lads tied with £2 of fish each, which just shows how hard it's gone. I'm just going to chuck a few maggots, 4 or 5, over my short line where I'm going to fish for, well, anything that comes along really, but hopefully maybe some hide, or maybe there is some skimmers in here, or if the odd carp might have a feed. But I'm going to feed that for at least just an hour, just gently, while I just dob around with bread. I may even try the straight lead before I have a look on that line. So I just feel the fish won't be feeding as such, but hopefully I can catch some on bread, be it on the pole or be it on the straight lead. Just come back a bit, coming on the front of the island now.
How long will you give this dobbing line before you try something else?
I'll probably give it about 45 minutes to an hour, just dobbing about. But I thought I'd have an indication straight away. But obviously my hands are tied now until that piece of ice. There's the fish topped out there. See?
They're moving.
Yeah. Now I can't cast out into like open water to where that fish stopped because the tree's in the way. Once this ice cleared, I'll be able to cast into the open water, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing there. You're practicing for the match tomorrow. It's going to be clear of ice tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you can get a bit of an idea where the fish are.
Well, yeah. I'm sure sometime during this practice session there is a fish to be had on bread round that island. If not, definitely maybe on popped up bread on the straight lead. And then giving yourself the other chance on this short maggot line, just to try and maybe catch a few hide, or, well, I don't know, it's unknown really, but being cold as it is and what was caught in the match, you're just looking for a couple of fish, a few bites. Right, the ice has moved over now, so I can't get in dobbing where I want to dob. Normally I'd give it at least another maybe 20 minutes, so I'm going to come away and leave that ice to clear. I'm just going to have an early look on my silverfish line where I've been just dinking a few maggots. Just have a little look there. Well, the rig, as you can see, though, it's an MP4 4x14. I've got a bulk of shot with 3 droppers. The bulk's probably 20 inches from the hook. And I've got a single red maggot and a fluoro pinky on the hook. Let's see if there's any signs down there. I'll just put a few little maggots in the little pot. Won't feed any pinky, so I'll just keep the pinky for the hook. You wouldn't believe the ice has now moved right over in front of me now. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm just going to try and clear a bit with my landing net, get a bit out of the way. I might even chuck the straight lead and popped up bread out and have a look on that. But just help this along, it's very fine. Just help break it up. That's it. The wind's blowing it to my right, so just help it along. Very fine it is, but just enough it doesn't let you get into the water layer rigging. Actually, although it's still covering it there, I'll be able to chuck the straight lead out and then open water. Let's have a look on that, see if we can see if anything's out there in the hanging off the island. See the rig I'm using there, I've got one of our 20 gram Matrix leads on, running free to one of our rubber stops. A quick change bead with a 12-inch hook length, 14 hook, the quick stop to 0.16 hook length, and I'm going to put 2 discs of bread on there, feed them onto the spike, push them on, just pull them on, job done, very simple. And then when the lead hits the bottom, this is suspended above it, like that. If you cast it to where the carp are, even though they're not feeding, they will take it. It's incredible. Let's chuck that out there and see what happens. I can get out there now, it has cleared where I want to chuck it. Well, there we are, that was left there about maybe 15 minutes and it's gone straight round, but that was in the open water. But the fish must be so cold. It just shows how hard they still fight. This is kiting in to the island under all that ice. Very shy bite, then it just wrapped it right round. It was a decent fish. If I get it in, it's a mince pie.
I know, this could be your tea tonight.
Amazing how cold they are and how they fight. Oh yeah, nice fish. Nice fish, it's a mince pie. Oh, look, the Christmas trees fell in the pinkies. Look. Lovely fish. I'll lift him up for you to see. Beautiful fish. Oh, he's freezing cold. Look at that beautiful common. Fish. Beautiful. Popped up bread. Put them in the net. Try and get another one.
You cast back to the same place now?
Yeah, yeah. Because if he's there, another one will be there. But they was there 10 minutes. Normally you get an indication straight away, but they're just so cold they don't want to feed. They've been picking up, look, you can just see there, I see two on the fish. I'll put it on my black jacket, you'll see it. The little lice, little leeches that...
It shows they're not moving
and
out there.
they only get on the fish if the fish are still, they get on them. Got this little sucker there, see? Horrible thing. Try it again then. 2 more discs. Not simple. I've had that fish. I had another chuck, but I thought I might have had a little tap, but the wind was blowing quite strong. I'm going to have one more cast, because I'm confident that I'll catch on that method now tomorrow, because it's going to be no worse tomorrow. If anything, it should be a little bit better. So I know I'll catch on this in open water, but also I need some backup methods. I did try before the ice moved in my silverfish line. I've been chucking a few maggots. I will have another look there, but I'm going to have one more chuck on this. Now the ice has cleared out there around the island, I'll have another go just dobbing bread around the island on the pole and just see. Just to find out another method, so I've got a few things up my sleeve for tomorrow. So I'll have one more chuck on this, and then I'll have a look against the island on the pole, dobbing bread.
Where's that gone?
Oh dear. Yes.
You're fishing for squirrels?
You shouldn't be filming this. This could be quite dangerous. Don't do this at home.
But like you said, you didn't want any more chucks on that, and
Oh, it's all right. I've got it all back. Well, I got my stop bead back anyway.
shall we cut there?
Cut. Well, it's a good job I got a few hooks tied up, because when you start catching trees like that, you need a good few hooks tied up. Have plenty in store for days like today. Right, we'll be all set up now again, and I can start again. I thought I'd get out of that tree with one cast. I hope I don't go up there again. Right, 2 discs of bread again. Starting to not feel my hands. It is very cold, but we must carry on. I've got one fish, one mince pie. Let's see if I can get another mince pie.
It's a pack of 6, so you've got the potential
Oh,
of
wow.
6 mince pies.
So I could cheat and go and stand to the left and cast, but you can't do that in a match, so.
I think it's time for a mince pie.
Well, I don't
I'm not
mind
saying I
if
didn't doubt that you'd catch 6 fish, but I have eaten one already.
Thank you. No coffee though.
No coffee, no.
I do like that hat.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Santa's little elf?
Yeah. We're all little elves, you know.
Just need to catch a few more fish now. There's still 4 mince pies up for grabs.
Right, so I need 4 more fish.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try. Feels like Christmas now.
Just need a Bailey's to wash it down with.
Or a glass of rosé. No, Bailey's with mince pie. Right, we've probably only got an hour left before it starts to get dark. I'm going to have a little look now all the ice is cleared, just dobbing around the island again with bread just to see. Get it clear in mind if I can catch on that method. And then I might have one more little look where I've been chucking a few maggots on that silverfish line, just closer in, just to see if there's anything about down there. Well, I just got a feeling where it's so cold, we're lucky to have caught 1 fish.
I suppose the only trouble when you are practicing on your own is you're not learning from anybody else, are you?
No. I mean, tomorrow in the match I'll be seeing what's going on. I've got a few things that I can still fish. The dobbing the bread if I've got a feature, the straight lead. And still have a go the short line. I may even tomorrow might have a long line. I mean, in the match tomorrow, if I don't catch dobbin bread, it might worth maybe putting some maggots closer to the island, just come in the deeper water, have a rig for over there. But I just think they're just sitting still, they're not feeding. And tomorrow it'll be a little bit better, but it's not going to be fantastic. I'm going to have another go now on that silverfish line where I've been dinking a few maggots, just to have a look, and then I'm going to finish up just a few more chucks while we've still got a bit of light on the straight lead. I might come a little bit nearer on and just dare, without cashing the tree this time, get a little bit closer to the tree, just go a little bit further along the island. I just feel there might be some fish just past where I can reach. Just looks to me the right spot, but I think it's just one of those days where it's been very cold.
There's some fish out there. I think you had a few touches and liners out there, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll tell you where I think they are. They're sitting in line with this tree, the other side of the island, just out where I can't cast the lead. Definitely, because I've seen an odd bubble now where I know where they're sitting. You'd reach them from over there.
Yeah.
But I think I'll make this the last chuck. It's getting dark, it's pouring rain now. It'll only be the last half hour of the match. It's 2:30. And I think we'll call that the end of the practice. Straight away. I was just going to say that was perfect. They're sitting at the back of the island on the end of it, but I can't quite get in there because of the tree, but that drops, I caught a bit of branch. I know where they're sitting, I know it's time of day. That just shows how quick they'll take that popped up bread. That landed while I was tightening the line up, it was going. Another mince pie, Craig.
I know.
If I get it in.
I think the mince pies are getting a bit soggy though, to be honest.
Nice fish as well. Another nice common. My hands are freezing now, I don't know why they've suddenly gone cold. I'll lift him out for you to see him. These fish really are immaculate here at Westwood Lakes. Look at that beautiful common. Another lovely fish. I've just chucked out again, it's absolutely tipping down now. It hasn't gone round straight away, which I thought it might have done. So I think we'll call that the end of the practice. I'm freezing cold now, and I think we're going to have a coffee, Craig, you?
Yeah, it's a bit warm.
Right, that's it. That's a wrap.
Right, it's not been the easiest of days, has it?
No, no.
Especially as far as practicing is concerned. But
I knew it was going to be bad when he got me wearing that Santa outfit this morning, but that's another story.
that's highlight my day.
No, it's been a very cold day, and as I've said all along, we've been filming that with ice on the water and how cold it's been the last couple of days, that fishing was never going to be great. but managed to catch 2 carp. And that last carp, it was like a sixth sense that I knew just where I thought they were. Where we had a couple of liners, and then had one virtually like the last chuck. And it's not Tom and I just think it's where they were sitting. I think if I was to draw opposite me, just round, I'll be chucking popped up bread where obviously those pegs can't fish, and I think you might catch quite a few carp.
Yeah, it's interesting about it because you was fishing just off the island, dobbing bread on the pole, and where you actually caught that fish was just further around, on the same line almost, but a bit further around.
Yeah, I just got well, as you saw, I went in the tree. I know he'll show that clip. But I was just trying to get where I got the last chuck, because as it went in, I clipped a bit of branch, and you wouldn't have seen it on film, and the branch went one way and my bomb went in with the bread, and it was literally, as I was tying up, just took it straight round. It was
instant, that bite.
Yeah.
You went in and it was just straight
They're
round.
just sitting at the back of that island. But thinking about it, I'm confident popped up bread tomorrow in the match.
What about if you draw where it's not open water?
I'm still confident somewhere on there's like 3 or 4 islands on that lake, you'll catch on bread dobbing round it. It was froze. It's just, when cold ice water, when it melts, it just goes straight to the bottom, just chills the fish.
So bread for the carp, and then anything for the eye?
Well, I had that short line at 5 joints, which is probably, I don't know, 15 foot out from the bank. I had a couple of looks, I never had a bite on there. And obviously speaking with you just a minute ago, I think to have that maggot line longer.
The bottom of the fast line.
Yeah, if I was to have it, if I was in front of an island, then I would go just coming into the deeper water. I wouldn't go tight to island, but I still wouldn't feed straight away. I'd start on my bread. If I didn't catch on my bread in the first half hour dobbing, if I was around the island, I'd put a maggot line in just away from the island in the deeper water, where you've got a chance of catching everything. But they all tell me there's a lot of hide in there, so they've got to feed. They normally feed when it's cold, so I think you'd catch them.
Yeah, hopefully. But anyway, we'll get a decent night's sleep tonight. A couple of bailers.
Yeah, tie some hooks.
And we're back bright and early in the morning.
Yeah.
And
give it a go.
It's all up to you.
Yeah.
So see if the practice makes perfect.
Yeah. Try and get a result.
Yeah, see you in the morning.
Well, as you can see, we're here again at Westwood Lakes for the match on Kestrel, where I practised yesterday. And the good thing about the day is I ain't got to dress up as Father Christmas. There's 28 booked on the match. It's not as cold as yesterday, although it's a bit more breezy and the wind's got a chill in it. Lake's not frozen, looks okay. I think it's still going to fish hard, but obviously with 28 anglers round the lake, some fish have got to be caught somewhere, but I think it's still going to be very hard. And bearing in mind, on Tuesday, only £2 won the match, and these lakes are full of fish. It just shows how cold the water is, so hopefully I'll get a good draw and catch a few fish for you.
Well, Santa, don't you take too long. Sleigh bells playing that familiar song. Oh, I can't wait for Christmas Eve, when underneath my Christmas tree there'll be presents wrapped in ribbons from me. So many gifts my eyes can barely see. Hanging up my mistletoe, it's a wonderland where it starts to snow. Oh, Merry Christmas, I hear Santa call. I said, oh, Merry Christmas, one and all.
Well, I've drawn peg 12. Absolute flyer. No, not very good at all. I've got the wind smacking my face, and it is colder than yesterday, the wind. Obviously it's not frozen, as we spoke of earlier. I'm going to dob bread all round the island as long as I can. Maybe chuck a little straight lead popped up bread like I caught on yesterday, as far as I dare go, halfway between me and the next peg. I'll start on bread for about an hour, but I'm going to just cup a few maggots in, probably at about 10 metres in the deeper water, and then just so I get somewhere else to go and have a look. But I think it's try and catch a fish first. I think it's going to be very hard. Obviously when I put my hand in the hat I was hoping to get peg 24, 25 on the far side where I know I can catch a lot of fish there on bread, but it wants to be, they'd already gone anyway, so I'll get my kit out, get set up and hope to catch some fish.
Polly's just gone for a quick walk about 10 minutes before the start, and I'll just quickly explain how we're going to cover this match today. Because it's winter and Polly's fishing a line quite close in, I'm going to try and keep disturbance to a minimum. So I'll be filming it from a distance and not interrupting him too much, and then what we'll do at the end of the match, we'll have a good run through of his tactics, we'll see what's worked from what he learnt yesterday in the practice session, and as well we'll hopefully have a quick chat with the winners and see whether what they've done matches up with what Polly's done if he doesn't actually manage to win the match. But what we'll do, we'll cover it all. Hopefully you'll get a good idea of what he's doing, and we'll check in at the end of the match.
I had a couple of little touches and it just buried there when I moved it about 2 foot to the left. It's definitely an hide, it's not a carp. But that's good to get a bite. I mean, hopefully that's not there on its own. Just take my time with it. Already going through my mind is, if I get another hide, should I put some maggots in? But oh well, we saved a blank. That lovely hide.
Nice fish.
Beautiful fish. We've got another one on the pole over there.
I think that's Oggy who was advising on how to dob bread.
Right.
And I've just seen that he's fishing bread as well. So.
Yeah, whoever it is fishing bread, if it is Oggy. He learnt from watching me yesterday. that was. Unbelievable. What a lovely hide that is. That's the biggest hide I've ever caught. I can't lift them up, my hands are so cold. Beautiful fish. Oh, and again. Lovely. So there's a few hides there. Oh, there's a carp. Oh, very well, must be cold. That's what I like. I was tight and it was going slack, tight and going slack. Oh yes. Always a little touch. Little one. Lovely fish. There's a little bit warmer. Beautiful fish. Beauty. I have a little dob on bread over there, put a bit of feed in here, then chuck the strailer down there again, then back on this. Catch another hide. I'll definitely get another hide down here.
Yeah, it seems like it's
Yeah, oh, that was going to go then, I think. Go on.
Right, we're just going into the last hour now and just starting to get a few fish turn up on the dobbing line, but it's really close. I think between Polly and a couple of others for third place. A couple of people who's caught really well, but third place is still up for grabs. And hopefully with a good last hour. There's still possibility of picking up a few quid. But it's an interesting match so far, but we'll go through all the tactics and how he's caught after the match.
Still indications there. It's just time of day when they do decide to have more of a feed, but the trouble is I'm getting indications on this line now. I know I might be catching a couple of eyed, but when this goes, at least you know it'll be a carp. It's been so cold with that wind as well.
Yeah, I think we're on the windiest peg on the lake today. It's flat calm on the other side and we've had the wind in the face. Earned a few mince pies today though, that's the main thing.
Yeah, you'll have to get some more. That's definite carp, they just suck it in and spill it out. So quick. The first one I got I thought was an eyed all day long, so they did sort of run with it. Oh no! No one likes to see that. Never happens, never happens. Oh, no. Not having it. Not having it, that's soft enough. Three I've lost. Lovely.
The snow is softly falling outside, each flake illuminated by the twinkling lights. The songs they echo far and near. There's magic in the air, full of festive cheer. All of these things, they make me reflect on the year that has passed, the ones who have left. Light up the darkness, beauty surround, hope for the future. Wonder at now. So count all your stars this Christmas time. It's a funny old thing, this one we call life. And where there is love, don't keep it in your mind, and hold them close this Christmas time. On that winter's dawn, and I'm surrounded by all the ones I love. I don't want presents for all I need. Are these moments as memories to keep? All of these things, they make me reflect on the year that has passed, the ones who have left. Light up the darkness, beauty surrounds, hope for the future. Wonder at now. So count all your stars this Christmas time. It's a funny old thing, this one we call life. And where there is love, don't keep it in your mind, and hold them close this Christmas time. So count all your stars this Christmas time. It's a funny whole thing, this one we call life. And where there is love, don't keep it in your mind, and hold them close this Christmas time.
about 3 minutes left. There's time for one more, isn't there?
Yeah, well, it's last hour they've been feeling that wind's drop, but they're still very cagey. Just need it to go under. The coldest match I've fished for a long time, that is today.
That wind's
That
been
wind,
bitter.
it was wicked. Oh, one more bite, go on. There's a touch there, but just don't really want it. Now, a little tiny dib. Go on. Fish on.
This is it then, the last fish.
Yeah, if we get it in.
Anyone who's not familiar with the match rules, it's 15 minutes he's got to land it after time, as long as it's up before the final whistle, which it was.
Yeah.
So we've got 15 minutes to get it in the net.
Oh, have a scoop. Want to be? That was foul. Look.
That scale up.
Yeah, I thought it was coming in cagey. Just round the feed, but just don't want it.
Been very cagey today.
Don't want it. Very hard.
Well, a little challenge for you then. What weight do you think you've got?
I reckon I've got 35 to 40 pound.
Right. I think you've got 42.
Right.
So whoever's closest, the other one has to buy the coffees.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Right, let's get this kit packed away.
Right, yeah, we'll get packed up. I'll have a walk around with the scales and we'll see what's caught.
And have a
Then,
little chat at the end.
Yeah, we'll have a good chat at the end and then go through what's happened in the
Yeah.
match.
When I'm warmed up a bit.
This is the moment of truth. Polly's weighing in.
There's one big hide in there, yeah.
We had a £5 last week.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark. £47.12.
Right, that's the end of the match and you've done really well. Great result.
I'm glad to be in here, I tell you.
Oh,
That
it's a
was
bit warmer, innit?
absolutely freezing.
Yeah. Been,
I think I was the only peg, as I said earlier, with the wind coming across, and I looked at everyone else and they was all sheltered.
It was flat calm everywhere, and where we've been sat, because I had the wind in the face. I've been
Yeah.
lucky, I've had a walk round and stuff, and you just sat.
Yeah, I had to carry on fishing, you see.
Well, I offered to sit on your box, but you wouldn't let me. But what you've weighed in then, 40.
£47 something. 47.11 I think it might have been.
And I think when you look at it yesterday, when it was frozen, we broke the ice, we had 2 fish yesterday.
Well, we said I'd settle for them 2 fish today.
Yep.
And how right, I mean, most people caught fish. I think there was a couple of blanks.
Yeah, I think last night when we were sat in the pub, I reckon 20 odd pound would have been a really good weight today.
Oh,
But
yeah.
as it is, Paul Ogglesby's won it, 70
Yeah,
pounds.
70 odd pound, brilliant weight.
You were second with 47, and then there's been a 41, some 30s, some 20s.
Yeah.
A few people struggled and gone home,
Yeah.
but obviously with the weather being that cold,
Yeah.
they just didn't want to stick it
Yeah.
out.
Definitely the warmest bank was the far bank because it had the trees and it was just well flat for them.
Yeah. So how you caught them? Is it sort of coincided with what you
Well,
did yesterday?
yeah, what I done yesterday, I fished a bread line over to the island at about 16 minutes and 4.5. I just went along from an angler as far as I dared to me right, halfway between me and the next angler, and come along, just dobbing bread. I fished 016, 14 hook, 0.3 of a gram float, one of my MP 7s. I had a little bulk and set about 6 inches off bottom. I started on that. I set a straight lead chucking down because I was like an MPEG to chuck down the island. And I chucked that down later, and I did nick a couple of fish on that. But I did feed a maggot line at about 5 metres, 5 joints of pole. Yeah. And I left it an hour dobbing about, and I had one eyed across. I thought, well, I must catch a carp over there. Come short and caught me biggest eyed I've ever caught.
Does the eyed in there huge? Apparently they've come out to over £4.
Well, £5 they said. One come out the other week, £5. That's a massive eyed. And that one I caught, I would have said it was probably definitely £3.
Yeah.
Might have been
Very
knocking
nice
4.
fish.
It's a beautiful fish. I think I had 4 eyed there. Had a bit of a burst and then nothing. I kept going over and having a look, and then I nicked a carp over. And then the wind died just a little bit. That last hour and a half, I just dobbed a few carp. It was, it was probably the last hour and a half. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
I think the point that we both picked up on is you've not caught to start with dobbing over to the island. A lot of people would have then either give up on that completely or fed some bait there, where you had the confidence just to wait and then...
As soon as I had one carp, I knew I'd catch some more carp there. But when I chucked the straight lead down with the popped up bread and I should have had a little bit of a liner before when I chucked it. And then I just chucked it again, probably might have been an hour later, but it just went straight away.
Yeah, and you had like a run of like 3 quick fish on that.
Yeah, and then nothing. And maybe then fish moved along then, and then when I went out after catching some eyed, they were there.
Yeah.
But yeah, never give up on that line, because a lot of anglers, like you just said, they would probably put some feed in, put some maggots in, and then to me, you've ruined it then. The fish are not feeding, because here I netted the fish today and the hook comes out straight away, so it's only just in the lip.
Yeah, so, I mean, you've caught on the bread today and was here practising yesterday. Although you didn't catch a lot yesterday, what do you think it was that you learnt yesterday that you've put into practice today?
Well, the 2 fish I had was on popped up bread on the straight lead, so I knew I'd catch on the lead. The only thing was my mind was, why I didn't catch coming round the island practising yesterday on bread, dobbing it, but it was froze.
Yeah.
And when I caught the 2 fish, they were so cold, I thought, well, maybe it's just, that's what it is. It's just a real bad day. And then here in the match the day before, £2 had won it.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, no, I'll definitely catch on bread. So I was confident to catch on bread. So I set, they were my main 2, attack the straight bomb and bread, and then to fish the pole, dobbing bread over. And then that short line, because there's eyed in there, I thought, well, then you must catch them. And when I plumbed up, from the middle across, there weren't much change in depth, but it was only probably 2.5 foot, 3 foot maximum. And the deepest point was at 5 joints, which I probably got 3.5 foot. Didn't have 4 foot there.
Yeah. You've not fed a lot of bait even on the 5 metre line, have you?
No, just a few maggots. I put a few fluoro pinky in and caught on a maggot and a fluoro pinky. The eyed I caught.
Yeah.
But I had them in a short burst. There was probably eyed there, but I don't think they wanted to feed.
Yeah. I think what's interesting as well is while you was packing up and stuff and sorting your money out, I've had a quick chat with Paul Oglesby and how he's caught was quite...
He was the lad opposite.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. So we'll just have a quick look at that and then we'll come back and talk to you.
Okay.
Well, I'm here with today's match winner, Paul Oglesby. Done really well, £70 on a rock hard day. Obviously, we were filming the practice with Polly. He's fished bread and practicing yesterday. You did come down and see him yesterday while he was practicing.
Yeah, to be honest, if you hadn't saw Mark yesterday, I've never done dobbing before. I saw what Mark was doing, so I thought I'd give it a go. And it's paid dividends.
You saw Polly doing a method that he didn't catch anything on. I thought that'd be a good idea to try it today.
Well, I've heard of people, I've seen clips on videos of people catching like it.
Yeah.
So I knew I've tried it before and I've not had anything. And watching Mark yesterday, I realised that I sort of got my methods right.
It's just confidence
It is,
that it's going to go. Yeah.
The only thing I did slip up with today, fishing really light, and unfortunately I had one good fish that actually broke me off, did me. So I stepped up, and it did make a...
Yeah, I think we'd say I was 16 and then you fished, so
Yeah.
it's quite heavy, just dog bread on the same little patch of reeds
Yeah,
all day.
yeah, I hardly moved. I would say if I moved sort of 2 metres, you know, alternate, just moving up and down the reed bed, really, and the fish were there.
Yeah, you had fish to what, probably £8 or £9, I think this one.
Yeah, I'd say £8 common.
Yeah,
would be my best fish.
no, it's interesting to know that what Polly did yesterday was right. He's obviously second today, you won the match,
Yeah,
so
yes.
I think bread is definitely the way to go.
Oh, definitely.
And,
I mean,
obviously works on it.
Yeah, as I say, to be perfectly honest, I'll perhaps try pinky for skimmers and maggot for the carp. But watching Mike yesterday, I thought I'll give it a go. As I say, I'll be trying it again, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well done.
Thank you very
Great
much.
result, and it'll probably on another practice in the future. Right, so you saw there that Paul's caught dobbin bread,
Yeah,
exactly the same
Amazing,
as
yeah.
what you've done.
Yeah.
So
Well, it just showed, in fact, I didn't know, but that was the lad that watched us yesterday.
It
Brought
was,
the chocolate down,
yeah.
No, he done well, 70 odd pounds.
yeah, I mean it's brilliant weight this time. You're absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But it just shows that yesterday, although you didn't catch a lot of fish, you was doing it right.
Yeah, yeah.
And probably I think it shows as well that what often works at one commercial, like you fish rookery a lot,
Well, yeah.
it does work on other
And
commercials.
to be fair, when I drew pig to it, I think, oh no, that's no good there. Which I knew, I thought, no, I'm the wrong end, wrong side.
Yeah.
But it just shows those methods
They still
do
work.
work.
Yeah.
And if Paul's done it and won the match on the other side, it's got to be right.
Yeah.
So,
So obviously the practices worked yesterday.
Yeah, good.
Good result in the match.
yeah,
You
second in the match.
picked up
yeah.
a few quid.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're back again, another practice.
As long as it's not that cold.
in the new
And
year.
I am not dressing up again.
So really all we can do is wish everybody a Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
and we'll see you all in the new year.
Yeah. Have a good one.